You ready?
I'm ready.
Confucius once said, wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universal recognized moral qualities of men. It is the last of these that I'd like to talk to you about today. I have had quite the experience with having to possess courage in my life, like having to give this speech right now, and many of those while serving in the Coast Guard. I had both the courage to face my fears and my duty, and the courage to lead others into life-threatening situations. Many of you would probably say that jumping out of a perfectly good helicopter and into a boat full of men who want to kill you is crazy. Well, it is, and it is extremely scary too. One of the main jobs of the Coast Guard is drug intervention, and I happened upon the chance to participate in an experimental operation in which we had an armed helicopter to chase after go-fast, which are drug-running speedboats. A team of us would load up into a helicopter, which when one was spotted, and fly to intercept. It was after a few attempts to have them surrender, which never happened, our gunner would shoot out their engines with one single shot from a 50 cal sniper rifle. At this time, I was lowered down from the helicopter, which was hovering about 60 feet from the water, into the boat full of guns and people who wanted to use them. This took a lot of courage, first because I'm terrified of heights, and second, well, I didn't want to die. So, but it was my job and I had to do it. By completing my task, I was able to keep a total of $4.7 billion of drugs from reaching America. And even though it was only a small portion of that made it, I'd still like to think it saved someone's life out there. Human instinct is to fear fire, to not get near it. But what if you had to lead a team of men into a burning blaze? Would you be able to contain your natural fears? This I had achieved because it was not just my life on the line this time, but also the lives of the men I was directing. Well, when you are on a ship, there is an emergency, like a fire. There is no one to call for help. Being hundreds of miles from land, there is no way for you to get the fire department or EMS out there to help. So you have to pick up these mantles yourself. As I was one of the few to get qualified as a team leader, I was put in charge of my own host team. This task was pretty simple. Whenever we were on the ship and we had to do our own drills, which we routinely performed on the boat. But it was quite heart-pounding when it came to certifying. You see, in the military, they believe that the only way to know how to fight a fire is by fighting a real fire. And they sure knew how to make one. The Navy has a mock engine room that sits on a dock in Mayport, Florida. And they love to set it on fire. I was to direct one of two teams to move in from the top floor and fight this blaze down to the bottom of 3 floors. And this was like nothing I've ever before seen because it was nothing but smoke and flames all around us. And since the floor was made of a great material, it was like walking through a barbecue pit. I had to muster every bit of courage I could find because my nerves and my mind had to be as calm and sharp as possible. If I made the wrong call or moved too quickly, when the flames would close in and consume us in an instant. So, courage can help us face the most terrifying situations, whether it is arresting an entire boat of drug runners or leading a team of brave men into hell. Mark Twain stated, "Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear." We can never eliminate fear, but with courage, we can control it. Any questions? Anybody? Please. I gotta have some questions.
How long were you in Mayport?
Oh, we were in there for, well, it was supposed to have been 6 months, but because of our time restraint, we had to do all of our training in two months. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it. We got to fight the engine room fire, plus we also got to do a aircraft fire, and we got to drown ourselves. It flooded a whole room with everybody in it. It was pretty cool. We had to stop up the water and try to exit. But yeah, 2 months. Every day. Not fun. Anybody else? Anything at all?
Were you ever shot at?
Was I ever shot at? Several times. None
they
of
always
them
miss?
actually hit me, as you could tell. But yes, they did shoot at our boat. Not when we were in a helicopter, but whenever we were on our RHI original, which was going down chasing them onto water themselves, they would shoot back at us, which we, of course, got to shoot back at them.
Did you
Of
enjoy?
course, they had bullets and we had bean bags, so I don't think there was much of a fairness there. But, oh well, we still got them. And anything else? Anybody? All right, I guess we're good. Hopefully that was enough time.
Okay.